just because they're moving it to Vegas? Is that the main
It's
reason?
that, but it's also the fact that because he ain't never really cared.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he I mean, he's an owner and he's treating it like a business, but he don't show no passion for the team. You know what I mean? So a lot of people's just on his helmet about it. But I guess they did like a reverse boycott, so they all showed up to the game. And I think it was like almost 30,000 people came to this one game that they did. The game before they had 4,000. And then they had like almost 30,000 people show up, and it was like they had hella signs out, basically dissing the owner and all that type of stuff. So, but it's more with the A's. Like the A's are having probably one of the worst years in MLB history. Like if you look at how many they got the worst record in the league. They are like 19-59 or something. They just lost again today. And dude, I was looking up, like, I guess they had some statistics on just the worst record within a certain amount of games, like 80 games or whatever the game was. Like, they're, like, way up there, like one of the worst ever. And so they just, it's just looking bad. But it's even worse than that because I guess, like, a month ago, this was during, like, the middle of the NBA playoffs. This hurt me because I was such a fan of this dude. I think it's Kuiper. I think his name is the announcer. He used to be the Giants announcer. I've known him ever since I was a kid. I used to like him, and there was another guy, him and Mel Kiper and John Kruko. I think I can't remember, man. My mind's slipping. Anyway, they used to be a real good tandem for Giants announcers, right? And I guess now he switched over, and he's now with the A's. And man, dude dropped that N word with the capital N.
Damn.
But he said it. But he said he said we was at the nigga leagues because they was talking about the Negro leagues. But he said what was funny because he was on there with another dude, and other dude didn't even flinch, and he didn't flinch. Like I was like, oh, he done said this shit pretty comfortably before. You know what I mean? I was like, say it ain't so, man. I used to like you.
Gotcha, buddy.
Ah, damn.
Nah, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie, man. I've been an A's fan my whole life, and you know everybody will tell you that. The sad part about it is that I haven't been going to any of the Oakland A's games in years.
It's depressing.
It is, man. It is very depressing. I'd rather go to a Giants game just on the aura aspect.
I saw you there.
The food, you know what I mean? But mainly at my guys, man, the River Cats, they've been launching bombs these last times I've been going out there.
River Cats are the Giants.
Giants, yeah.
They used to be the A's.
They used to be the A's.
They used to be the A's farm system.
Nick Swisher came from the River Cats, went to the A's, and then he obviously circuited around, ended up in like New York, Boston, I think, for a moment.
Yankees, yeah.
Yankees, yeah. That's what I mean. And Boston, too. I think he was there for a minute, too. But nah, man, like.
Yeah, Nick went to McClatchy, right?
You know what? I don't know.
No.
I don't know high school.
Who went to McClatchy? Well, there was a couple. Or was it Johnson?
I'm not sure.
It might have been Johnson. I know there was somebody who went to McClatchy and he played for the Yankees.
Oh,
I can't forget who that was. It was like within the last 10, 12 years or something like that.
That's what's up.
But yeah.
But no, man, the River Cats have been my team, you know, that I've been at least going to the most lately. I've been there like almost every other weekend, man. It's always entertaining. Kid can run around, got a playground for him. He'd be running the bases after the game and everything. So it's always a cool vibe when I'm there. Kev be there. Yeah, Kev and one of the he had the other homeboy that used to work with us at Mish Murdy. Remember Mish Murdy? Kev was there from KSS, or it was KSS, right?
Oh, Kevin. Yeah.
And another one of his homies that he had, I forget his name. Man.
Caesar?
What was it?
Caesar?
Big Mexican guy?
Yeah. Yeah, he does photography. Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. No, I be running into him every week. He's like, man, you here again? I'm like, yeah, man. You know, it's a squad, man. It's my team right now. I gotta hold on to the River Cats now.
That repping them A's.
I cannot rep the A's right now.
Horrible.
I cannot. Well, not even when they wore bad. I'm still an A's fan. You know what I mean? But right now,
they are biblically horrible right now.
right now, I'm at a point in my life where this may be the first time I may change my team because I've never changed teams my whole life.
This is New Testament past.
It is bad. It is bad. And I'm not changing the team because they're bad. I'm
They
changing
so
what's
bad.
happening. You know,
They so bad. Like, I would forgive any A's fan for switching up. I wouldn't even be mad at him. I'd be like, you know what, bro? I ain't even gonna get on you. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna give you the pass. Go on, switch up. Pick your team. Because I was like, it's horrible.
What do you say biblically, Rob? Like, you be like
Moses stitched this.
Like Book of Revelations, like with the first letter of an English alphabet. When this team basically loses most of their games, will be the first horn blown or something.
Bro,
like
there's a missing book of the Bible about the A's losing. It's bad right now.
It's a sign of end
times. It's just
everything.
It's a combination of everything. The team is playing bad. The stadium is depressing to go watch the game. The owner is not well liked, but he's never really been well liked. That's actually always been a thing. The owner has always treated it like he don't even care about the team.
It's a job.
You know what I mean?
It's a business.
And so it's just all of that. And then when with the announcer saying what he's saying, it's just like, bro, they just taking a whole bunch of L's right now, and it's just not looking good. And like I said, it does come down to that owner, man. Because I even with the Raiders. As much as, you know, I'm a Niner fan, but I've always said that the fan base, they always support their team. And before they moved to Vegas, they was playing in the same spot. But they had that motherfucker rocking. Right. Whether they was losing or not. But that's indicative of the ownership and how they still trying to make it where it's, you know, the commitment to excellence and that whole thing. And that's still commendable. You know what I mean? Like, the A's, the Oakland A's owner could do the same thing. Right. He just ain't doing it.
I feel you there, man. Yeah, they made a whole movie off of him. You know what I mean?
Moneyball is probably one of my favorite sports movies I've ever seen.
Facts.
Like, Remember the Titans to me is my number one.
Oh,
but Moneyball, I think I might got that number two. That was amazing.
The combination of Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill.
Oh yeah,
they played those two roles like the best you could. The overly aggressive, confident GM, opposed to the bookworm, smart guy, numbers guy.
That dude was made up.
Know?
That dude was made up.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
That character was the Billy Bean who Brad Pitt played. That's real. That's everything about him is legit. The Jonah Hill character was made up for the movie, but they used him. What Billy Bean did was basically incorporate Bill James's formula on how to build a team, and they just used Jonah Hill to kind of like amplify that message. Right. But that character wasn't in real. Like, it was all Billy Bean, really, just taken from what Bill James did, scientists or something like that. It was statistics, and he came up with that whole thing. But Moneyball was I love that
good movie.
And when that actually was going on, when the A's won 20 in a row, I was in high school. Like, I remember all those players, like Miguel Tejada and Scott Hatterberg, and I remember when that was actually going down. Yeah, that was the last time I think the A's were like really, really good.
Yeah, well, they made a few pushes.
Well, no, they were winning a lot of games. They just they couldn't get out of that first round. They was always losing in the first round.
Right.
But yeah,
stacked, man. That's how it is, man. I'll tell you this though, man. I don't know what type of MLB fan I'm gonna become. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we've hated. I'm not gonna say we've hated the San Francisco Giants, but we've always been in their shadow. And you always would go to the Bay versus the Bay, you know, the battle of the Bay. And you would always want, obviously, your own team to win. But, you know, I got choices between the Giants and L.A.
Don't pick the Dodgers, bro.
I mean, why not? You know, they're a successful semi. You know, you're right. I'm a River Cats fan, man. Fuck all that.
Don't pick the Dodgers,
River Cats till I die. Fuck everybody.
I'll accept this. I'll accept you joining the Giants. Based on how the A's is playing. Come on over, bro.
River Cats, man.
No hard feelings.
I was already heard about that.
Man, happy Father's Day again. I know we said all this, but your Father's Day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, from about the night to y'all, man. Happy Father's Day. That's a fact. You know, I barbecued on my Father's Day, which was cool, man. Barbecued some chicken thighs, went to the park, you know, chill.
You did all the work.
Yeah, I know. Play with my son. You know, I wanted a barbecue. That was the win, you know, and it came out fire. But went out this week and it was smacking.
Where was you at?
So I started off at Darling Avery. ran into my boy Kev the Fresh Maker. Is that his IG name? I don't know him. You know, shout out to my guys over there at No Filter Nick. But ran into him. Obviously, he's a GM over there. He was letting me know about these new events that they got popping up on the weekend. They got brunch there now, Saturdays and Sundays, man. I might have to go check them out on brunch. But it was a cool vibe upstairs that night. It was a Thursday night. It was popping. Ran into a few cats there. I left there because, it was probably like 10:30-ish or something like that. Went over to Dive Bar. Dive Bar, I should have stayed at Dive Bar. It was smacking for my age group. You know what I mean? For my age group, good music was playing, drinks was going. Bartenders was, pouring up. My guy Rob behind the counter, got a shine the, Rob head coat, Rob. Anyways, he's bald, so you shine his, Anyways.
I got you.
All right, yeah. Anyways, but Dive Bar was smacking for sure on Thursday, but I ended up at fucking Bar West. Let me tell you, this shit was smacking, bro.
What's up?
It was up, straight up lit. We saw your doppelganger up in that bitch.
My doppelganger.
Yeah, looked just like you. Just like I was like, is that Rob? He in the booth partying, turning up? Who is this? It was some Puerto Rican dude, looked just like you. I swear to God, he was trying to mimic your style and your look and everything. So, he was trying to get his Drizzy Drake on.
I'm so obsessive with that movie, man. And my whole life revolves around that stupid movie Troy, bro. I'm just sitting like, but sir, he wore your greaves. He even moved like you.
But how was your Father's Day, Rob? What'd you end up doing?
Oh man, it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend, man. Shout out, I gotta put this out there, man, for Mr. Corey Holcomb. Message to you, sir. I was out there when that punchline.
Holcomb.
You never disappoint. Like never disappoint. I would love to recite some of the jokes, but every single joke that he said was hidden, and I can't even remember them. I was laughing after every single one. I'm laughing so loud that I'm missing the next one. Like, bro was killing it. He was killing it, bro.
That's what's up.
Yeah, no, he did one joke. I don't care who's sensitive. If you sensitive, you shouldn't go to his show. But he did this one abortion joke, bro. I was like, bro, this dude is wild on this show. He basically just emulated an abortion of what a child would, like a not born child would experience. Bro,
What?
Like, oh shit, you got my arm.
He was just like he started holding on to the mic stand. He said, "This is what would happen." He said, "Y'all got the nerve to call out a man, and y'all done this to a child. Imagine what this child was going through." And he was like this. He said, "This the baby's like, no, Miguel, no, bro." But he did, man. He killed it, man, bro. It was hella funny. Corey always shows out, never disappoints. And then was at a wedding. I ran into it was hella funny. I ran into Patrick. You know Patrick, the
promoter out here.
He was there. No, so he actually knew the groom of the wedding. Rachel, she knew the bride. They worked together. So, but he was actually there. That was hella crazy.
Where is he at now? Is he at Social? I know I see him at Social a lot.
He's at Social, yeah. A lot.
Where else? Though?
He's trying to get things started again over at what's it called? Crawdads. So he's trying to see if he can start promoting there again, because I know Diego was kind of doing that. So hopefully he gets a hold of that. Maybe he gets something popping on Sundays.
Actually, Diego was trying to get me to go to La Terrazas on Thursdays. He had it popping in
well.
I know, right? La Terrazas. Yep. He had it popping on Thursday too. But we were already at a few other little clubs. We were at Tiger earlier. We kind of bounced around and went everywhere.
That's what's up.
But La Terrazas is popping on Thursdays, and then obviously. It was cool, man. It was a cool night. Anything your son do? What'd your son get for you? What'd he do?
Oh, bro, man, he got me the Dragon Ball Z character Gohan. Everybody know. Nah, he over here behind me. He because he knows I think the Cell Saga is #1. Even though he don't believe it, he don't believe that, but he know that I think so. So he got that for me.
I will say for old people like us, yes, you would say that is the one that turned you on to Dragon Ball Z.
No, it's not. That's not it. It's just the best one. There's no
Bro,
argument here, bro.
Super is hard, bro.
It's not
I'm new age and I seen it all from the beginning to the end, bro. Super is hard. The shit's fucking hard, dog.
It's not better.
It's fucking hard.
I'm not gonna. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen most.
You haven't
of
seen
it.
Super?
I haven't seen most of it,
Bruh.
But what I'm saying is the only thing that I see that is better is the animation.
Okay.
The actual story is not better.
Tripping.
It's not better.
Tripping. It's like
Let me. I think we already know how we feel about this. Tony, you need to be the tiebreaker. What do you think? What saga do you think is the best saga of Dragon Ball Z?
Oh God, because the Cell Saga was up there.
It's dope.
And then that's that thing with me because when I started watching Super, the thing with Super though, it's kind of like this to kind
Too
of
goofy to me.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah, I feel you on that. And that's kind of where that goofiness does make it to where the original Cell Saga to me is the best. And it kind of like the argument's kind of like the Star Wars argument. Like, oh, the first 4, 5, and 6 are going to always be the best. But then like, nah, episode 1's like the best to us. You know what I mean? It's like that same argument where it's like, dang, like, nah, this looks better though. And it's a better, like, come on, the action's better. How can you think that the original Star Wars is better? But it's because if were there during that time, to you it felt different. So
Right.
that's kind of how it is. And that's why it's better to me. Because I felt different to me, but I can see why when I watch Super, I'm like, oh, that's hard.
I just felt
hard.
like the Saga series, the Cell Saga had so many firsts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, first to everybody.
Like, but it was just so many different. There was so many different subplots in that whole thing. Like with introducing Trunks, introducing Vegeta going to Super Saiyan, and Gohan, obviously. Like to me, that was where Gohan was at his best. Because I feel like they've fumbled that character ever since then.
True.
It's like
they brought him back in
they tried to redeem. We'll see what they'll do going after this. We'll see what happens.
Right.
But
I know they tried to redeem him.
They did.
But we got to see it play out.
And just to know, my personal favorite is the Buu. And the only reason why is
Majin Buu.
I like the Frieza saga better than I like the Buu saga.
Wait. Well, to me, I was more when I watched Dragon Ball. I watched it for the fighting, and seeing Majin Vegeta just like. There were certain aspects of that saga that are legit. Majin Vegeta was just sick.
Yeah, that whole
I'd
aspect.
like to see him versus fucking Broly.
Yeah,
there was something different. They
just did. They just been using more CGI in some of the animation. They did that in the superhero movie that they did. Some people like it, some people don't. Like if you ask certain people, some people actually don't like it. They actually like when it's just drawn. Like some people are more traditionalists when it comes to that.
That's weird. You guys looked at the storyline. I never did as a kid. To me, it's about the fighting.
I mean, like, how could you say you like this? You have to.
Well, I like the characters.
I like the fighting.
It was the characters for me. It was.
I
was into the characters and who they were. Like I'm a Vegeta fan through and through.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I feel like Goku is like, he's too easy. Everything comes easy for him. But I feel like Vegeta is the hardest worker to get where he's got. Like everything he's attained, he had to work for that. Like Goku just kind of got that natural ability to be great.
Right.
So I feel like that's always been me. I feel like he escaped, just slavery. You know what I mean? Like he just. You know what I mean? Like, as you think about it, like, you look at Dragon Ball Z and his history, like, bro, they were talking about, that wasn't nothing but a slavery story. They was, you know what I mean? And he was just a higher level of slave. He was like an inside slave, but he was able to get out.
Right. I see what
you know what I mean? It's a little bit different.
Oh, that's funny.
What about you, Tony, man? How was your Father's Day?
Basically, I'll be honest, it was the best Father's Day I think I've ever had. Because to me, to be honest, Father's Days always, and this is me growing up from what I saw my father go through, or stepfather as well, and any other father. Father's Day ain't shit for us. Like, no one really celebrates it. They just basically go, hey, happy Father's Day, here's a tie. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. They don't really, like, nobody really cares about fathers. But I swear to God, my girl, she ended up, man, like, she got the kid. She had my kids ready. She's like, hey, let's go. We went and, went out in the morning to a boat. And then as soon as we got on the boat, man, like it was this big old boat. We ended up going on there, and she's like, hey, you're going to drive. And then, I was driving the boat.
Let me drive the boat.
bro.
Let me drive the boat.
Drive the boat.
Yeah, she just had me on there, man, and it was just like, it was so much fun driving that boat. Kind of fucked up part though, I guess I can say it, but like we wrecked hella shit on that boat because I didn't know you could really wreck some shit on a boat.
Duh.
Like, it's a boat. What the fuck? Like, I saw this wave, so I was like, oh shit, here comes the wave. So I like went to the right and I went right at it. I was like, here we go. Everybody's like, what?
You're supposed to kind of go at it.
Ooh, man, and we just went up, bro.
What the hell you ain't?
Slam.
That's like a car saying, I'm going for that pothole.
Well, you do want to come straight at the wave because at least you're coming straight at it, and it kind of like it may slap and hit the water. But think about the wave coming at you and you're on the side. That's just you're gonna tilt overboard. You know what I mean? So you do want to kind of hit it straight on like a jet ski and then
Right.
boom. You know that's the proper way.
Bro, when we hit, it just hit. And you just see nothing but water come, and it all went all inside. We all got wet. My daughter was in the front. She got slammed down. It was crazy.
You in the water.
Don't let this nigga drive.
Man, you drive the boat.
But speaking of the Father's Day part, I feel like traditionally it's always been something that's more just a throwaway. You know, you just leave daddy alone on this day. You know, that type of thing. But I think it's getting a little bit better. You know, like my girl, she took me out. We went to dinner. The kids and went to what was that Zinfandel Grill out there in Fairhouse. Man, it was good food there. So I saw
you pouring a little caramel and the ice cream and shit, old bougie ass.
Yeah.
Pouring it all
that
slow
was
and shit.
espresso ice cream.
Yeah.
That was espresso ice cream.
Trying to get it all nice and shit on each side. Yeah. Marinated it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It looked good as fuck.
It was
though.
good.
It looked good as shit.
It was
though.
good. Food was good too. Yeah. But no, I had a good time. But I think more people are celebrating, like embracing more Father's Day for fathers, and you know what I mean, trying to give that appreciation.
It's the whole mental
appreciate
illness.
These nuts, bitch.
Mental illness, it's real.
Suck this dick.
People just sick of men killing themselves.
Appreciation, thanks.
Bubba Dub. I sent it to Warren. It was a video, Bubba Dub, dude that was Lakers in 6, but he was talking about he was basically reacting what his baby mama called him, saying, she said, well, it's Father's Day. What you want for Father's Day? He said some head.
Yeah. Hey, we're simple, man. We are simple.
That is a fact.
It ain't complicated with us, man. World of logic.
I know. What Dave Chappelle say? He said,
100 Ways to Please Your Man by some lady. That list is 4 things long. Just suck his dick, play with his balls, and then fix him a sandwich and don't talk so much, and everything will be happy.
Yep.
so we simple. Just give us the big piece of chicken. That's all we want.
You was talking real quick about the boat ride, and obviously you crashing into the wave and the dents and shit, and you made me think about for a minute what's been going on in this crazy world with the submarine. You hear about the submarine that went down to the bottom of the ocean using a game controller?
Yeah.
A PlayStation controller?
Billionaires was on the submarine.
Bro.
Apparently, from what I'm hearing. Right?
A freaking game controller. You know how many times I got to hook this little freaking controller up to the charger before I can end the game?
It was a Logitech controller, but yeah.
So what's that mean? Like it's an unlimited battery?
Well, it was a specialized Logitech controller. It was like more durable, and he had a bunch of extra ones in there too. So there wasn't like a battery stuff. That's not what killed him when you look at the report, sadly, which kind of makes it weird. But what killed him was the fact that it imploded. So
Pressure.
It's weird, yeah, my girl said something weird. She was like, they were showing like all the like specs of like the ship and stuff, and like a glass that's like 4,000 foot proof. And I'm like, hold on. The Titanic's 12,000 feet. Why would you only make the glass for that? She's like, oh, that shit exploded. She said it like when she first found out about it. So I'm just sitting there like, yeah, that actually does make sense. Like, why the hell would you, if it's 4,000, why would you, that's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. It's like, yeah, I got this elevator here that, we're going to basically take 8,000 pounds on here, but we can only do 2,000. Like, well, shit, it's going to break probably. So that's kind of stupid, which is why that health inspector got, was not why he got fired, but that's something that he wasn't like a health inspector, but he was somebody that they had hired to kind of
engineer inspector, maybe.
I guess just to make sure everything was cool. I don't know what you call that person, but you would look it up. This gentleman ended up getting let go because he said it was unsafe. He's like, there's no way like this is safe at all. Like, there's.
So he said it was unsafe,
and they let him
and they
go
let him
because
go?
And they let him go.
That don't make. Oh wait, they let him go before they
Before
put him
this
in the
happened,
water?
yeah, they let him go.
Shit.
They're like, man, you talking too much. Bye. You know.
well, no, you buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what y'all get for not listening.
Ignoring the
Right.
safety signs.
Dude was trying to tell you.
He was trying to tell him,
Jeez.
and so yeah, it's sad, man. It ended up imploding. So, and the only reason they know that's because as they were looking for it, they found like pieces kind of
Pieces of
scattered
it.
out, and they're like, oh shoot, and they couldn't find the body, so they're lost at sea, obviously. But they said instantly it happened.
I'll be honest, man. I'm gonna be straight up, and I was having this conversation with somebody. You know, when I first saw this, when I first heard about this, I woke up and then the first post I seen about it was Lou Duval talking about this submarine on IG, and I'm like, the fuck is up with this submarine? I'm thinking it's a legit submarine, like it's lost,
So-
like one of our submarines. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, that's important. We need to know that thing got torpedoes and stuff on it. There's a lot of stuff. I'm thinking it's a war thing because we all talk about the war and the things going on in the world right now. So I'm thinking it's something we've lost the ship, like America.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, we need to find that shit.
Right,
Wherever it
yeah.
is, we need to get it. Then I'm like, man, it was like hours later. And then I'm like, hold the fuck up. This just some motherfucker that just made his own shit and they lost? No, that's just some lost ass niggas. That's just some lost ass niggas. This ain't no national news that need to be covered. I'm sorry. I know we talking about it right now.
You right,
But
though.
then we don't need to be talking
You
about
right,
this shit.
though, on
This
that.
is some niggas that did some dumb shit and they lost. They didn't listen to dude. That's the first time me hearing that.
Right.
So you didn't listen to the dude that was trying to tell you this ain't safe.
Safety advisor.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You lost your life. Hey, it is what it is. You know who else didn't give a fuck? The man's son, because that dude went to a goddamn Blink 182 concert.
Shut up.
While before they said he was passed. And he just reported now. He said the reason why he went is to cope. The fuck out of here, bro. The fuck out of here. Speaking about Father's Day, he ain't celebrate Father's Day.
Wow.
He ain't give a good goddamn.
Goddamn.
So his dad was dying, and he's hearing all the
Yeah.
small things. Oh my god.
I wanna go carry me home. I don't know the words of the song, but fuck, that's close
Apparently
enough.
you do.
That's close enough.
Looks
Fuck.
like he got it down.
Shit go.
But he didn't care. So it's like he didn't care, and he went to a Blink. Well, why are we giving a damn?
Because of the media, because of the fact that they're pushing it like this.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's baffling to
that
me.
is a
I'm
good
telling
point.
you, no, that's the exact
Yeah,
point
good
I'm
point.
trying to make. Is when as much as I was seeing this online, I was thinking because, like I said, out of no context, I'm thinking it's one of our shit, like our submarine, our legit from our military, from our Navy.
What we pay for, tax dollars.
And I'm just like, well, no, because it's got nuclear warheads on a lot of these things. Like, we need to know where that thing at.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, but when I found out it's just this billionaire who got his 5 buddies on there, I'm like, bro, if you don't get the fuck out of here with this shit, like, why are we talking about this? Like, this is not big time news.
Someone lost their life.
Hey, my condolences.
There was a
In-
bus
in an
full of
exper-
kids where 14 people died today. So it's like that didn't get talked about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
Like,
sad.
I think it's so funny
Seriously?
that stuff that just can go on the internet and can grasp our attention, bro, like nothing else, and will distract us from the most. I'm looking around like right now on legislation, like what bills they
What
trying
bill
to
that- what got passed,
trying to
what-
smooth
by.
over right now because they trying to get something sneak by. Because
Like
this
I-
don't make sense that we covering it this much.
I didn't try to, it's crazy because I had a conspiratorial sense as usual when it happened. Like, okay, so what billionaire tried to do something to where now he's getting killed? What really got weird is when people were talking about like the discrepancies in it in terms of like how it's off. Meaning like one of the things that's off, first off, is the fact that, now that they found the parts, okay, this situation you said happened occurred, right? It got imploded, pieces got sent everywhere. That's something that happened instantly. Okay, which means it happened already. They died instantly. So if that happened, then what's that whole shit a day or two later or the next day that they said, I think it was like on a Tuesday, they said they heard knocking. They said that they basically, they heard.
I heard about that.
So how would you hear knocking, and then they're saying it's coming from the submarine more than likely, but you heard knocking. And then 4 hours later, you heard knocking again because they heard it in intervals. They said it sounded like it was Morse. And then they said 4 hours later, they heard it again. So and this was probably like when they had 24 hours left. So I'm thinking to myself, so what was that knocking about? There was no knocking.
I'll be honest with you, man. I heard the same story, and then
Yeah.
the more and more I started listening to it, the more and more I was like, why the fuck are we talking about this?
Right.
Hear me out though.
Why are we talking about this?
What was the goal?
To see the Titanic.
To end world hunger?
No, to
Just
see the Titanic.
Fuck, man. So you died.
You
just to
could have
try to
watched
see
James
the
Cameron's
Titanic?
movie,
You couldn't,
and
send
you'd have
a-
been fine.
You couldn't send a drone down there or something.
Facts.
The same drone that
Facts.
found your shipwreck
Facts.
on the seafloor.
Facts.
You had to go and build a small
You
unit.
see it with your own eyes.
Bro, we got 4K.
$250,000.
James Cameron made a hell of a movie.
250,000 to see it.
I'll be honest with you. As much as you know, it would be amazing to see with my own eyes, see a black hole. I think I'll watch Interstellar. I think I'll sit in my couch and just, you know what I mean, watch Matthew McConaughey, you know what I mean, go through the thing.
Yeah, I don't want to see a black.
You know what I mean, and come back, you know, in the
no.
future and meet up with his daughter. I think I'd rather not have that firsthand experience. That's just me. You know?
Yeah.
It is
So,
crazy.
It was really, really strange. $250,000 ticket. That's how much it costs to go down there. This was the third expedition. They had 2 expeditions prior, 2021 and 2022, and then this one. So
$250,000 funeral.
right. And what's kind of interesting though was the year prior, so the second go ahead. And this is where it gets really weird because I know you guys, if you type it in TikTok, you type it in YouTube, you're gonna basically see where The Simpsons predicted this happening.
I sent it to you.
Seen something like that. So
sent it to you.
they say something about a submarine.
So I forget the gentleman's name. If you look him up, you'll find him. I'm just not good with names, but you'll see pictures of him. He was on the second voyage. This gentleman, he's one of the executive producers.
Okay.
Here's a crazy part. His last episode he was involved with. This is where it gets weird. His last episode he was involved with is called Simpsons Something the Tide with the Simpsons. And that's the last episode that he did. It was aired sometime this last year. That episode showed Homer going in a submarine and going down, being submerged, and then all of a sudden it getting stuck. It literally got stuck. And they lost a submarine. Bro.
You haven't seen it?
No, I ain't seen that shit.
Send it to me.
I heard some about it, but I didn't really watch it. Let's see.
I thought it was crazy, man, because you know how the Simpsons have been hitting like damn near I might start betting on the Simpsons.
Time travelers,
Bro, it's like,
Man.
and here's my thing. Again, I try, when it comes to conspiracies, I like to make sure I have facts and logic. And so I try to think to myself, look, this guy obviously went on the voyage himself and thought to himself, this shit's crazy. Someone's going to die. And then he did an episode on it. That's all I'm thinking. I don't think he predicted. I just think he's thinking, you know what? Let me write about that. I went on that thing. That was funny. Somebody almost died. You know what I mean? But the fact that, like, he's an executive producer and it was his last episode, that's just, because he's no longer involved with The Simpsons. But it's crazy. He was one of the ones that went
That's
down there.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
Nuts, right? Simpsons.
Time
man.
travelers, bro. We talked
Simpsons,
about that
man.
already.
that's just, wow.
We'll show the viewers later, I
But
guess.
I don't know what to think of the submarine thing overall, though. That's just like, I don't know. Like what Rob said, was
I don't think it's worth
legislation
talking
get put
about.
there? Yeah,
I don't think it's worth talking about.
right,
Condolences, fam. I'm not saying that I don't care about lost lives.
right.
But
Oh, bro,
but what I'm saying is that
how'd you feel?
about what?
Like when you found out, bro? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I got tugged a little bit when I heard that they
I feel you.
died. I was like,
Mhm.
bro.
like,
I was rooting. Bro. I was like, oh, come on, find him. You know what I mean? But
Nah, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I had the same feeling like if Jurassic Park really happened and them niggas was really fucking with these dinosaurs. Like, bro, you get what came to you. Stop messing with these elements. Stop messing with space. Stop messing with these deep sea diving. Stop fucking with this shit. Nature don't fuck around.
When you mention elements,
They don't.
I thought, me personally, when that first happened, I was like, oh, maybe he just dipped down the bottom layer where, you know, the megalodon is at, you know, like the Meg or something. He's in that other temperature zone. Maybe it just dropped to the bottom and, you know, no one can find him. He's not on radar. That's where my mindset was at. He probably was getting ate by some type of Meg shark, some big thing. You know what I mean?
Shit, you showed me that video where that dude was getting eaten
Yeah, in the pool.
by the shark.
In the-
No,
or
it wasn't the pool.
in
It
the
was
water.
in the ocean.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Bro, that shit's fucking. They just had another video. I guess a kid. I don't know where they were. I think their parents paid for a cruise. He's going to college, He went to a cruise. He went on a cruise. It was a dare. It was at night, and they dared him to jump off this cruise ship.
Oh shit!
And he got eaten. They couldn't find the body.
They couldn't find.
They
him,
think it.
yeah.
They think it was sharks though, because they said they sent out that they put the
Life
the
raft.
buoy in there to bring, but he was swimming away from it, and they assumed because he probably saw sharks, which at nighttime that's when they're usually most active, and they was in like the Caribbean, I think, and it's like, dude, the fuck,
Who the
stop
fuck
fucking with
jumping
this,
off the
stop
boat?
stop fucking with this shit, stop fucking with this shit.
Motherfuckers ain't thinking nowadays.
No, they just, it's just a combination of stupidity. Now I get it, man. I think he young dude. You know, people make stupid decisions.
Were they drinking?
What would you? I
Who
would
cares?
assume. I would assume.
Who cares?
Maybe he's just thinking like, I ain't never accomplished shit because I never just go get it. I'm gonna get it. And
Right.
Just jump.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So it's like, stop messing with these elements, man. I'm my condolences to the family and stuff like that. Obviously, the son didn't give a damn. He was in there singing, but
Oh yeah.
in a concert. But
Somebody
I
gotta-
just don't think it's. I just didn't think it was worth national news like that. You know what I mean?
That's
If
crazy.
it would have been a military one, I'd be like, hell yeah, find that shit.
right.
How, you know? Have y'all ever been kicked out?
Nah, man, we do the kicking out. What you
We do.
talking
No,
about?
but ever.
kicked
You ain't
out.
never been kicked out? I've been kicked out before.
Nah, I ain't been
Hold on.
kicked
Wait,
out.
I have been, haven't I? A few
Oh,
times.
hell yeah,
Oh,
bro.
yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck you mean?
Nah, I ain't been
King kicked out.
But I get kicked out. I get kicked out nicely. When did I not? Who the fuck forced me out?
Let me see your arm over there. Let me see your arm. This guy scars still over there? You still got scars on there?
It was forced.
It wasn't forced. Not like that. Not like some people get forced. No, if it wasn't,
Oh,
I
you
would.
talking about getting drugged out? Yeah, if you
Yeah.
getting drugged out by your draws,
No, I'm gonna
that's
be.
a fat L.
We gonna be fighting.
But do you think? Well, there's one thing that you being asked to leave. It's like that whole thing. It's like, all right, guys, I had too much to drink. I gotta go.
Right.
Like that type of shit. That's a little bit different. But is there any cool way to get like taken out the club?
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be like, hey, bro, like, hey, just letting you know, man. Talking to management, they said you gotta go, so I'm just letting you know. If you guys want to grab the rest of your stuff.
Okay, how
put your
about this?
tab
How
out.
about maybe I should rephrase the question. Security got their hands on you. Is there any way to get kicked? Cool way to get kicked out?
Smack him in the face and then jump and put your hands in the air. Make sure that nigga carry you out like you coming out on the Titanic. Wow. But yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, man. Smack him. Get the fuck off me. Jump in the air. Nigga catch you.
Oh, nah, bro. You smack a security guard, bro. That's free ass whooping.
That's what I'm saying. You jump in the air, put your hands out there first so you get a little Titanic look like you're the edge of the boat before you go down.
Nah, this the video that I seen this one video I saw. He was getting drugged out, bro. They dragged this dude through like 4 booths.
I would say some weird shit. I'd be like, I think I would just be like, hey, not in front of my kids, not in front of my kids. You know what I mean?
You sent me a video about security front door type shit. Is that what you talking
That's what
about?
he's talking
No,
about.
that was different. No, that was
You
different.
sure?
That was what I sent earlier today. I seen
Yeah.
that. That was they was reacting how security be getting down.
It was real.
Bro was
Shit
I ain't
was
gonna
real.
lie. That's about a 9 out of a 10.
Bruh, right.
That's a 9 out of a 10. I don't know who did that skit.
Yeah.
But y'all been talking to somebody.
Yeah, they know something.
Bro, the part where he had the weed, he said, what the fuck you doing over there? Like, give me $100. Bro, hey, I was like, I almost felt like that was me.
For real,
I
bro.
was like, bro, you had that shit on
Right.
point.
Put that shit
That
on
was
real.
that was 100%. Or no, the funniest one, the funniest part where I
When he said
started
we
dying. Like,
capacity.
we had-
He was like, we had capacity. We
and he
can't let
let
nobody
bruh,
in.
he let bruh through.
What's good, player? Oh, you doing good? All right, for sure. I thought you were at capacity. We had shut the fuck
Hey,
up.
shut the fuck up. Dude. Hey, bro. You know what it is.
That shit had
No,
me
that
dying.
shit was funny. That was
shit
good.
was real.
That was pretty accurate. I see a lot of like reenactments of like club security and stuff like that. That was probably one of the best ones I've
Facts.
seen as far as like being super accurate.
Yeah, gotta post
That was
something
on
later.
point.
Damn near grabbed this nigga by his pants
By his
and
drawers.
shit. Yeah,
they had dude by his
No, but the
draws.
thing about that one though,
And they was dragging him across the floor.
they used him like a
Yes.
mop.
Right.
They were
They-
like on the floor.
They was like, pick
Yeah.
up all these cups.
right.
Fuck.
That shit was weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you get put out like that, you can't come back.
That's embarrassing.
You can't come back to
bro.
that club.
That's embarrassing.
That's like you getting packed out at the club. Like if you got like packed out, you was like night. I don't think you can come back.
And that nigga was a big ass dude that they was carrying across the ground.
He wasn't like massive, but he wasn't super small, but the security was
big as shit.
There was a bunch of them.
He kind of looked like Debo.
Nah, he wasn't that size. But they drug dude. I'll say that.
Yeah,
like I'll tell you this right now. Let me say this. If I was in that situation, I don't think I'd find myself in a situation like that. But if I was in his place, let's say, use like Tony, let's do a magic world, and I could just jump in somebody's body. You know how he like doing this reincarnation shit, right? Let's say I jumped in his body right before they was about to take him out. The only way I'm going out like he did is if I'm like knocked out, can't move.
Okay.
Bro, I'm fighting my way. There ain't no way you putting me out while I'm moving and conscious. Like that, bro. Yeah, I'm knocking two of y'all. Y'all catching something,
right?
And y'all gonna have to just knock me out, and I'm just out, and y'all took me out.
He wasn't trying to fight back.
Yeah, nah, bro. He was fighting it. He was fighting it. They had dude by the draws,
like Fleece Johnson,
bro. They had him like this, bro. Did you watch the video where Fleece is out?
Yeah, I seen that,
bro. He doing videos on YouTube now.
He doing them again.
Dude is like 80, bro. Yeah. Dude is like 80 something. And then he said, bro,
he's still
talking on that shit.
Still back in the story.
He said, ass is ass. I was just like, oh,
and he out now. He out.
Hey, now 80 years old, boy. That'll be elder abuse. Knocking this old man out. Somebody gonna get his revenge on this thing.
Oh, God.
Damn, now I'm trying to think about times where
you said you like me. You said you want this ass whooping?
Yeah, right.
I haven't dragged anybody out like that. I've manhandled some people for sure.
I've grabbed people enough. Hemmed people up. You know what I mean?
But not drag them like that. Not by their pants out. Nah. I've had to carry an OI out.
But that,
but at that point, I'd actually like somebody grab their legs or something and let's just go throw them outside.
Well, no, I take that back. I take that back. What we did at Dive, that was what was on video too. Is the one where we actually threw dude into the middle of K Street. We did the whole old school like Jazzy Jeff from Fresh Prince, nigga. Like,
wait, who did?
We did. It was me, OG,
Triple OG.
Yeah. Who else?
That was later, Bar West.
Dude, Adrian. Adrian was a part of it. But it was like three of us because I remember they called the code.
Why do I feel like I've done that?
And then we had to come.
You're not talking Bar West. You're talking this.
Dive.
Okay.
Dive.
Yeah.
Because it's on video. Some people had like recorded and they had us recorded literally like tossing, bro. Like in the middle of like right there on the rails, right there on
right. Why do I remember something like that? We're counting.
Yeah.
We were mainly always at District. That's why.
Yeah.
I remember that situation. Yeah, that was but we didn't drag him, but yeah, we were a little bit disrespectful on that one. A little bit disrespectful.
Interesting.
But
what about you, Tony? You ain't dragged nobody out?
Yeah, like quite a few times. Throw them. I don't do the whole toss them out, but it's like I throw them out and wait.
No, we had the way we had to toss them because the way we was all holding him.
And the way I do is just I throw them, but you always gotta wait to see if the niggas don't turn around and come at you and try to throw them, and then you just wait. What are you gonna do now? And then they just talk. Oh,
no, they usually talk because they feel that strength.
They feel the strength.
The strength,
bro. They ain't gonna come back.
The strength. They were like, God
damn,
damn.
And then that's it. Just throw them out.
I tackled someone before. That was it. I was in Mish Murdy. That was the same time. Dude was getting his ass beat, but he kept running after the dude that we was trying to kick out the club. We was kicking him out because homeboy was getting his ass beat. And every time we took the aggressor, picked him up to try to take him out, the dude that was getting his ass beat tried running after him again and fighting.
That happens. They trying to save face.
Bro, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So I had to tackle his ass. And after I tackled him to the ground, this nigga was grabbing on my vest, ripped my vest off. I was like, and the way he was on the ground, after he's on the ground with my vest in his hand and I'm standing over him like this, and he had his like foot in the air like he was getting ready to kick me in my crotch. And I was like, was like, do it, shit. I was like, I double dog dare you to kick me on my shit right now, motherfucker, right now. I was ready to tee off on this fool on the fucking ground. He was smart.
It was a code 3, and we had to respond.
I remember
and I hopped off the stage.
Yeah, you pushed him.
And bro, I know somebody went flying, bro. I fucking straight Jim Brown their ass.
Stiff arm the shit out.
Well,
of him?
no, I just hit him because I was like, I jumped off the stage and it just, just my momentum just trucked them, and they just flew into a booth somewhere, and I just kept it pushing because I'm not even paying attention. It was just a girl when I came back. She's like, "You pushed my friend." I was like, "Wait, motherfucker!" I ain't gonna lie, I was a dick back then. I just said, "Motherfucker was in the way."
It does that shit too.
I was just
it does that shit too.
I know sometimes it happens.
I never understood that until I started doing security at the door. I really became a dick because there's too many people that try to take advantage of situations.
He's gone through it so much.
Yeah, bro. After a while, I became that guy, and I was like, "Fuck, I hella understand that fool now." Like, I didn't get it at that time, but the job could turn you into being a dick, bro.
Well, it's just because you deal with so much shit
And all the time, every night.
I think
tired of it.
For me, it's always been like just the motherfuckers that think they can finesse.
Right.
It's like, bro, you're not finessing me.
Right, I feel you there.
So let's just stop trying. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, man.
But I heard some fucked up ass jokes coming from the Corey Holcomb show. But this wasn't one of this. This was another comedian that I heard this on. Y'all heard of Theo Von? White dude. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast. He's got his own podcast. He's a white dude. He's got like a mullet. He's a dude from country and stuff like that. You heard of him? Dude's funny. Dude's kind of funny.
You would think he's racist, but he's not.
I know, but the dude's hella. He's kind of funny.
What does that even fucking mean? You would think he's racist,
So
but he's not.
Anybody with a
he's
mullet,
not
you think is racist.
So here's the thing. You know what? You know as a black person exactly what it means because you know how we can look at somebody and tell they're racist. Either by how much redness in their eye. There's certain things you can tell.
Fuck?
So when it comes to certain white people,
that redneck
I like when they look at them and I'm like, oh, could he be racist? I feel it. Visually, he's racist. And then all of a sudden they come out and start talking and saying certain things a certain way. And I'm like, oh, he's actually anti-racist. He hates racism. Okay, shit. That's this guy.
He said, I could feel the Jim Crow.
What did he say to make you feel like he wasn't racist?
He just
I got a black friend and he swears he comes over all the time. I treat him just like family.
No, they don't say that. That's the thing. And you could tell. Like he's sideways away from it.
It's very human like interactions and stuff like that. But
I
anyway,
ain't racist. I got a black dog.
Yeah. He said, my fish is black.
My fish is black.
That old man that did that, bro, I was crying. That's a racist. I don't give a damn. But that old man.
Come on, Jasper.
He said, look at the color of this dog.
Oh, come on.
But no.
Crazy old lips.
So this Theo Von, bro, this dude, he be saying some jokes. I ain't gonna lie. This was a fucked up ass joke. And the way he said it, I don't even know if it was a joke or not. He almost made it seem like it was a real challenge. And I was like, bro, I was uncomfortable when he said this shit.
When I was young, we used to play this game called Gay Chicken, they called it. I didn't name the game, but I was, the game existed, and then I existed. Well, the game was you and a buddy, you'd grab each other's wiener.
Right.
Penis, they called it. And the first person to get an erection lost the game.
Right.
I was like, bro, what the fuck is this dude on? And I was like, bro, I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game. That shit was like, bro, that's a fucked up ass game.
Grabbing each other's wieners. Oh, you got hard. Oh shit,
man. See, not racist. See?
Bro, that shit fucking funny.
I think Tony will sign up for that.
He'd be like, go ahead. He said, I'm gonna be soft all day.
Hey,
go ahead.
A little tack it? What?
Like shake it. Shake it just one time. Just shake it.
He said, jingle it like I gotta pee.
Oh man, I know we're bullying you over here about that joke. My apologies, man. But bullying has never taken any kindness to anybody. Obviously, with did I fuck up again? Y'all knew the
It's
transition
just
was
the
coming.
segues.
It was
funny.
good though, right? It was good. I thought it was good. Bullying, we were bullying him, right? No. Anyways, Mark Cuban was, was basically saying that Joe Rogan has been a bully, and Joe Rogan has been around for a while. He's been doing podcasts, and I'm pretty sure he's realized that sometimes
You think he comes like that he comes from a place like that, like Joe Rogan does?
You know what? Let me say this. I would say no. I would, because every time you see Joe Rogan, it's in a good light. He's promoting something good, something great. But what people do behind closed doors, like the incident that he, that's Dana White. Fuck, I almost, goddamn, now that's racist.
Yeah, you got mixed up these two white men.
I sure the fuck did.
Two white bald men
that was in UFC.
I fucked that all the way up. I caught it before I said it.
No, you didn't catch it.
I caught it before I said it. God damn. But you never know what people do behind closed doors. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say Joe Rogan is, a bully.
Oh, we know what all white people have done at least once. They said the N-word in the shower. I know they have.
Wow.
One time.
How the hell yeah?
Wow.
One good time. They're like, well, they say it.
They dropped.
They say it
they
just to see what
I
it
know.
feels
They do
like.
that. They're like when shit happened. Like when they, they hit their wishbone or they stub their toe or they drop the soap.
What
Like
they say when they stub their toe.
God damn nigga. Like, you know what I mean?
Fucking nigga.
I don't know. With Joe, so Mark tweeted out saying that he thinks Joe kind of bullied, as far as, so in promoting this debate.
With RFK Jr. and,
Right. And who's running for president.
Dr. Peter.
And
Dr. Peter
and
Hotez.
Dr. Peter is basically pro-vaccine. And he wanted the debate because RFK Jr. is, anti-vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of money being put up. But last time I looked at it, it was at $100,000. You saying it was at?
It's basically at 4.2 million.
So it's almost at $4.5
to a charity
million.
of his choice.
So Mark Cuban went on Twitter and said that he feels like he's being a bully in this situation, and he feels like that he's no different than the mainstream media, and that he's profiting from this, and he has a agenda. When I read it all the way through. I like reading through context because a lot of times people just snippet stuff and they just say, "Oh, well, this is this and this is that." It's like, no, I read the whole thing. I can agree with half of what he's talking about. Like, to say that Joe Rogan doesn't have an agenda, you're lying to yourself.
Right. Okay.
It's everybody. We got an agenda.
I was about to say everybody. Yeah,
That's what I'm
everybody has
saying.
an
Like,
agenda.
there's going to be some level of grasp of attention. You're trying to gain some type of attention towards yourself, towards your platform, to whatever it is.
But can we agree when we say mainstream media that there's a nefarious reason behind it?
No, I think
Really?
no, not all the time. You can say it. Because not everyone that's involved with mainstream media believes that. So I think that that's just what would be considered mainstream. I think that word mainstream has a bad rap. A lot of people confuse mainstream with being nefarious. Like they say mainstream rap.
That's true.
Or
Okay.
versus underground rap.
Yeah.
One's not more legitimate than the other. It's mainstream because they're popular.
I was going to say
Popular,
that.
okay.
So that's not that's not
how I took it.
That's
That's
not
how I
necessarily
took
a
it, yeah.
knock.
Right.
I wouldn't say that that's a knock. I think he was trying to make the comparison that he's no different than MSNBC or CNN or something like that.
Basically giving him his kudos, saying that his podcast platform is
Well,
actually...
I think he's probably one of the more the Joe Rogan and others like him. Whether you agree with Joe Rogan or not, I don't care what side of the aisle you fall on. I don't care what side of the opinion you fall on. I think that his podcast, me personally, I think has basically embraced an environment for the people that come on to speak freely.
Thank
You know what I mean? No matter what it is, there's plenty of people he has on there that he don't agree with.
Right.
And he's going to have his opinion, and some people are going to say, oh, well, Joe, you were really hard on this person. Now he's human. He's going to have his own opinion. It's his fucking show. But it doesn't stop him from having people on continuously that he don't agree with. He's always sharing his platform with people.
I want to address first. We got to go back. So talking about what we were even saying, it's interesting because his platform is seen as free speech, and you can embrace a lot of that, especially the fact of why people are pointing to Joe Rogan. Think about people he's had on or guests he would have on, whether it's like what's his name? God, I can't think. He just got indicted. God, I can't think of his name.
Andrew Tate.
So you got Andrew Tate, you got Jordan Peterson, you have.
Well, has Andrew been on?
I don't think he's been on.
He hasn't been on.
But Jordan
has
been
Ben
on.
Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro, bro. All these people we're talking about all completely disagree with each other.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
Like, he's had almost every. I think except Trump. I don't think he's had.
Do you guys realize all these guys completely disagree with each other? Even though you would think they agree with each other, especially when it comes to this issue. But it's all about free speech. And I think people point to Joe Rogan because of free speech. Because it's like, look, we hate what most people dub as mainstream media. We hate the fact that it's so controlled. Because when you see a guest come on CNN, they always get a guest that, let's say, for instance, they're talking about guns, right? They get somebody that's illiterate, doesn't know anything about guns, and they go, yeah, tell us what you really think. And then this person just bombs completely. Same with Fox. They get somebody on. Me personally, I feel like CNN and Fox, they're all in the same hand, especially since we've seen what happened with Tucker Carlson. They literally are the same company. They come from the same entities, Sinclair Broadcasting Group, all of them. It's all the same shit. So when it comes to like mainstream, we look at it in the sense of like, we're talking about mainstream in terms of like issues like this, especially because we all know between 2020 and 2021, all of us were censored. I couldn't even run my podcast no more because I got banned for having a doctor on talking about facts about, something I can't say. But it's like crazy that like now we have this going on. I think this is I thought it would have been a great opportunity for both sides, right? Whether you're a side that's like pro or anti. And I don't want to look at it. It's tough to say. It's tough because when you say left, I feel bad for the true Democrats. I feel really bad because this new left movement, it's terrible. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean by that. It's terrible. And it's like, they're really, and I guess you could say the point of pro-vaxxers versus anti-vaxxers or pro-science. Joe Rogan just likes to get people on the show and he just likes to get them to have like a healthy debate. Like Joe Rogan never goes and like bullies. He never goes in like front lines and goes, haha, or like, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't antagonize the whole situation. He just
so you're defending him.
I mean, I look at it like it depends on the topic. I've seen Joe Rogan kind of hijack the conversation. I've listened to him enough to where, but I think anyone that's had any type of platform, including the one we on right now, we all have to some degree. There are certain topics that we're more passionate about. There's certain topics we're more knowledgeable about. So when someone's more opposed, you're gonna pump your chest out a little bit. And I think with Joe Rogan, for sure. Anytime a UFC topic comes up, he speaks about it pretty strongly, like and his conviction. And I don't think that's very human of him in that aspect. So I don't look at it from that perspective. But I'm looking at it. I'm trying to keep everything in context. What Mark Cuban was saying too. I don't think everything he was saying was wrong because one of the things he did highlight was like, look. Big Pharma's got a lot of responsibility. They've done a lot, or the word he used was they fucked up a lot. But at the same time, look at a lot of the advances and things that they have done where they've saved people's lives and stuff like that. Like think about it from a medicinal standpoint.
What did he say on that?
No, that's the whole context of his tweet. He talked about it because he was basically saying the whole thing with Big Pharma is obviously with the vaccine, right? And he said, how many times has, Big Pharma has effed up? He said, but at the same time, look at how many lives they have saved.
Yeah, how
based on what
I don't think they've saved any lives. Big Pharma. I'm so anti-Big Pharma. That's why.
I can show. Okay, so if you have an infection, it's called penicillin.
Right.
Pharmaceutical company, Big Pharma made that happen.
So you're basically saying there was advancement in the
that's what the point he's making.
Right.
The point he's making is
penicillin,
what other medications would you like to list that have saved people's lives?
No, I'm anti-petroleum. The fact that they pushed that so strongly, that was pushed by the Standard Oil Company. That's why I'm like, wait.
Well, that ain't got nothing to do with the fact that the point he's trying to highlight is how many lives has the pharmaceutical companies saved versus the fuck ups that they made.
I think that could be debated. Yeah, that could be a whole nother debate.
No, that's the same context. That's keeping it in context. That's what he's saying. If you read, that's why I'm saying a lot of people didn't read what he wrote. A lot of people just jumping on, saying, "Oh no, he's wrong. He shouldn't have called him a bully." No, read what he's talking about.
Yeah,
this is what he said, and what he's saying is actually factual. Like, just being honest. I'm one of the people who don't like how I don't like the manipulation of the pharmaceutical company. I don't like the monopolization of the pharmaceutical company when it comes to, especially here in America, where you got to pay 5, 6, 7, 8 times the money for a shot of insulin versus another country. I don't like how they've done that, but that's corporate America. So, they're trying to they're monopolizing the product, so you got to pay so much money.
So where does the bullying come into fact then? Because it almost sounds like he's proving Joe Rogan's point to having this debate about.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's saying, the point that he's saying about the bullying part is with Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan is putting up this money and promoting this whole debate, and he's trying to make it where, I guess it's almost like he's bullying Peter. In this case, he's bullying the doctor to get onto this debate. That's the point he's trying to make. Because RFK Jr. is running for president. He's pretty known as being anti-vaccine, or at least to the point of where this has been, the vaccine itself, or the mandate of the vaccine has been a detriment to the world or to the country itself. So he wants these two people to debate on this issue. What Mark Cuban is saying is that the pressure that Joe Rogan was putting on to put all this money up, you're basically bullying this guy, Peter. I can't pronounce his last
Peter
name.
Hotez. Think of hotel with a Z.
Hotez.
But dude, that's a good ass debate.
So hold on, real quick.
It is a good debate.
Here's my thing: is like when it comes to this, that's what we're saying. Like, think about when we've had conversations like this, and we said, "Man, if we could only have a president that would do something, who would be the best president?" We always say The Rock, right? We always say The Rock. Why do we say that?
It doesn't matter.
He's the most popular.
Because he's well liked on both sides.
On both sides, yes. So when it comes to, let's be honest, I'm sorry, but when I think of like where I would want to see a debate, what is one of the most watched things right now? It's Joe Rogan podcast. So yes, I feel like we all feel like we would want to see it on there if anywhere else, because Joe's fair typically. Most of the time he's typically fair. He lets people, he's had debates on there before, and he lets the people talk. He even he tries to see both sides, you know what I mean? No matter what it is. Because I've seen some that I'm like, especially when it came to moon landing, where he was like, going back and forth. He tried to be fair, and it was just like, I think that would be like the best place. But I think where this gets all, what people don't understand is the details. And the details of this is like, if you look at some of the messages that were written and tweeted by Mr. Hotez and like everything else, when Joe Rogan said, "Hey, come on my show for the $100,000, right?
That's crazy.
When he said, "Come on here and debate," bro, there was somebody else that tweeted back, like, because he tweeted, basically the Hotez guy tweeted, he was very ambiguous about how he was like, "Well, you have my number, you know what I mean? We could talk. I would like to come on the show, but debates aren't scientific proof, this and that and the other." Okay, cool. It's not. Fine. We get that. But bro, pick somebody to debate. Who do you think would be good to represent you? Pick your champion. You know what I mean? Like, what movie does that? Pick your champion. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think
Shazam.
that I will say this, and I'm not even. I'm for the debate. I'm for the debate.
Bro, yeah.
However, I can. It's funny how I'm looking at this, because I'm looking at it from what Mark Cuban is saying. What I say he's bullying him, I don't like that word bully, because I don't think
Joe Rogan's
grown
bullying
people.
him. Yeah.
I don't think it's. But do I think that he's putting Peter under unnecessary pressure? Yes, because I will say this.
No,
he's not doing that with everybody. He pick and chose this person.
Yes.
With this situation.
Can I tell you why?
No, forget that for a second. You haven't done this with nobody else on other issues that are bigger.
There's a reason.
And it's like, it comes off like, okay, you're putting him on the spot. Another big part of that is one thing to have him come on and basically talk out his point. You can be someone who's scientifically knowledgeable about a certain subject, whether you agree with him or not, either side. It is a skill to debate. Let me be clear about this.
Yeah, 100%.
It is a skill. So even though
pick your champion.
you could be the smartest
So
person
pick your
in
champion.
the
Pick your champion.
No, but you're forcing him to do that. Maybe he don't want to do that.
No, that's my point. Hold on. So listen, I think you don't realize who Peter Hotez is. This motherfucker, for the last 2 to 3 years, has been saying my ass should be locked up for thinking the way I think. You listen to this guy talk. He is like, nah, fuck people that don't believe in the bro. He talks very sternly that we need to be locked up in jail, that we need to be, these are the facts, and this is why. He lays it out, and he's Mr. like, if anybody puts those videos out with the whole like, well, get your first shot, get your second shot, get your third booster, get your fourth. Hey, you're gonna need a fifth. By the way, you're probably gonna need one every 6 months. This man is like, bro, it's like, bro, this is comical. Like, when are you going to ever be right? You pride yourself on being so like, I know all the facts about this. I am the number one person to come to about this. So perfect. Since you're the expert, we want to have a debate. come on here since you're claiming to be the expert and you're putting us all down, and you're saying
Well,
we
I
all
thought
need to go to
Fauci
jail.
was the expert.
No. It's Hotez. Hotez has been pushing this for the last 2 to 3 years for this whole entire thing. Fauci kind of fell back, especially everything that happened with like the Wuhan stuff. He has to fall back because Congress basically they went. He had a congressional hearing. I think it was like 2 years ago. So he had to fall back completely. So Hotez was leading all this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Kind of looks like a cricket Elton John, but he just like like I thought it was Elton John when I first saw it. I was
Jiminy
like,
Cricket.
right. But then like this guy's so like I'm like, come to me with the facts, come to me with everything. You should be in jail. He's come so aggressive that Rogan's like, okay, you're gonna call out all this stuff.
Oh, has he
come on the show?
Let me ask you, he hasn't been on the show, right?
So I got confused because I thought I had heard something about Hotez has already been on there once.
Because Kennedy was on the show
He was on the show, yeah.
just here recently.
I think like 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was on the show. I thought I heard somebody say Hotez on it, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that. But and Hotez told Joe, like, you have my number, like I can come on and talk whenever. So I'm thinking, dude, then come on if you're bro. And he said it himself. The facts are there. I can completely disprove it. Then easy. Come on. This should be a walk in the park for you. Just do it. Like, prove your point. That's it. Literally prove it. And if you can't prove it, find someone else that you know. Bring that doctor on. It could be you, him, versus Joe Rogan and him. And that's it. And not versus like that sense. But a debate is typically healthy because you guys basically get to dispute, facts.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this though. How many times has Joe Rogan done that on this podcast?
I know with the moon landing once. I don't know anything else.
Nothing else. So that's where. So if me being fair about this, it would come off as if I'm playing devil's advocate. Let's say I'm Peter here. Let's say I'm Peter. I'm looking at it like, okay, why just me? This is not common of Joe Rogan
Because he talked big game.
No, but there's
Talk
no
big game.
stop. I'm gonna shut you down right there. There's
Why?
plenty motherfuckers that's been on Joe Rogan about many other subjects that have talked big game that they the motherfucking expert, and Joe Rogan ain't never gone to them and said, "Hey, won't you come on the debate?"
I think public has a lot to do with that.
He ain't done that with Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro's pretty strong about his stuff. Jordan Peterson, same way. There's a lot of people that he's had on his show
I think the public,
that are probably a way stronger personality that he's never invited a debate format for them.
Okay, so
from that perspective, I can see why I'm not even defending Peter in this.
Yeah.
I'm kind of more defending Mark. Why he's saying what he said about it. It's like, I don't think it's bullying, but I do think you picking on dude. I do think you just picking on because there's nobody else you invited on the debate. There's nobody else who's had strong personalities about debates or saying that they're factual or they're an expert about something.
when it comes to Mark Cuban, there's only two options. One, you don't know what this nigga's been talking about. Two, if you do
But that's
know,
irrelevant.
if you do know what he's talking about, then you're for the other side, and you know what I mean by other side.
But what I'm saying is that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant about the context or about the content itself.
Yeah, I was
the
about
fact
to say, yeah.
the fact is that Joe Rogan's never done that.
Yeah, and I think it's
So
awesome
that's
that he's doing it now.
No, but see, that's where so you think that Mark Cuban's way off base? I don't. I don't think he's off base. I think he might be off base as far as the terminology using the word bully.
Right.
But I do think he's picking on them. Because you haven't done this to nobody else.
I think he's forced to pick on him.
He has to because the argument is good.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for hear
He
your
has to.
argument on this side.
Well,
like,
the argument is good, but there's been plenty of other. So a perfect example. What's been really polarizing? The transgender situation is
Not
going
as big
on.
as COVID.
But
COVID affected
everybody. But it's been pretty big, bro.
No,
it's
the
been pretty
transgender
big,
don't affect
and that's
nobody.
been that's been
Not in
happening.
Muslim countries.
That's been happening.
No.
That's a whole nother thing.
It's like,
But what I'm saying is there's been plenty other polarizing subjects of people who have strong debates on either side, and Joe Rogan has never wanted to facilitate a debate situation. Why with this? Or why with just this person? That's where I can understand. I'm not even defending Peter in
COVID
this.
affected everybody.
What I'm saying is,
It did.
but there's plenty of stuff that's been more effective than COVID has
No,
been.
what?
The
Nothing
wars,
has
there's
been
been
more-
plenty of
I
stuff.
No,
feel you,
nothing
but nothing
COVID.
that had a
Nothing COVID.
pandemic of
What
alert.
war?
Bro, we were on lockdown, bro. Like I've never
Everybody in
been
the
on
world.
a
In the
lockdown
world.
So you think
situation.
COVID-19 is the biggest thing that ever happened to the world?
To everybody.
Yeah,
At
to
once.
everybody.
At
Absolutely.
once.
That's why I'm so
Bro, there's
interested.
plenty other diseases that have done way more damage.
No,
Name
which
one?
one?
Like Ebola. Ebola came out.
Africa.
There was a quick scare, right? There was an Ebola
Africa
scare.
only.
Over with. Hella quick.
There's
We
been
wanna know.
plenty of stuff that's way bigger than this.
You talk about the
You can
plague?
pick any war that's
plague?
bigger than COVID.
No, that changed the menu on Taco Bell. No,
Yes, it changed the prices of everything, put people in Great Depression.
COVID
What are you
did.
talking about?
COVID
not
did
more
that.
than COVID.
COVID did that, bro.
Not
Look at
like
the
It was
prices.
worse than any war that we've had.
Yes.
At least in my modern day.
100%.
In my modern day.
No, well, that's what he's saying.
That's what I'm talking
That's what
about.
I'm
You're
talking about.
living in your modern day.
So you're talking about, let's talk Afghani. That's my modern day. If you
That's
don't want to
just
talk
us and
about
Afghani.
war,
Other countries didn't really
you
get
want
involved.
to talk
like
about
that.
a
They just
war.
didn't.
That's our modern day
COVID
war,
affected the world.
Well, what's called world wars for a reason.
No, but it doesn't affect all countries. COVID was everywhere because it had to do with all airlines. You couldn't go here. You couldn't be there. That's the reason why.
So you think COVID-19 is the biggest thing that ever happened to the world? Yeah, you outside
look,
your fucking
look
mind.
at us now, though.
How?
Look
You
at us
outside
now.
your fucking
How?
mind.
Look at
That
us
is not
now,
the
though.
biggest thing that's
It's-
happened to
I
this
feel like-
world.
I feel like it
Where
was.
we all got affected at
I
the
feel
same time.
like
We
it
all
was.
felt it.
That's-
yeah.
Yes, bro.
That's not the biggest thing that's ever happened.
That's gonna be the poll. We gotta pull it up. We gotta pull that.
That
one.
is not the biggest thing that's ever happened.
Bro, to
Poland.
us right now, absolutely. And for us to go what we went through as far as a lockdown and to now today,
At the
See,
same
that's
time.
the problem. That's the problem. You're looking at it for you.
okay,
This world is bigger than you.
We
okay,
know.
okay,
There's been a time where you wasn't here.
okay.
Right.
That's bigger than that.
What
There's
was it?
plenty-
That's what we're
So
asking.
name,
when
Name
This-
one.
I
Name
just
one.
named everything. I said every war has been bigger.
No,
So
it
you-
was only for specific countries. Which war?
What do you do? What are you talking about? There was a time where everybody thought they was going to die with nuclear holocaust. What are you talking about?
So which war was that?
Everybody was on fucking edge.
So you're talking about the
This is
Russia
before
Cold
we
War.
was even
Hold on.
born, by the way.
So you're talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, all of those things.
Okay, that
But
was
that's
only
just
between
one
us and
thing.
Russia. That was just us. And
No,
Russia.
but so you saying that we were the only ones that was going to die? No one else
we were
was
the
worried
only-
about
no,
a
no, no.
nuclear missile getting
we were
blown
the only
off.
ones worried. It was just our countries. Honestly, people weren't like locked down because of it in other countries.
No, they were fucking
That
terrified.
part, bro. That part.
People,
No,
really?
lockdown.
Motherfuckers was making
No,
bunkers.
Rob, there was
What
laws-
are you talking about?
Rob, there's
Y'all
laws-
are fucking tripping,
I
bro.
wanna
Wait,
bunker.
how are we
Y'all
tripping?
are fucking
There's
tripping.
laws in other countries
Y'all are
made for
fucking
that.
tripping.
There weren't laws made because of a
Bro,
Cuban Missile
had,
Crisis.
You had people making fucking
Wait.
bunkers because of the
no,
fucking
not
nuclear
everybody,
war.
but not everybody. Was everybody making bunkers?
Didn't have the
There we
fucking
go.
resources. If everybody had the resources to
There
make
we
a
go.
fucking bunker, everybody would have fucking been doing it.
You right.
If
You right.
if,
I
if,
would make a bunker
if
right now.
if
Sounds
they
dope.
didn't.
No, but
though.
they were that's what the point I'm trying to make is everybody was on edge. That's why they was calling it the doomsday fucking
They might
clock.
have been at
Everybody
an
thought
edge,
the shit was gonna go off,
but they weren't forced to do
Everybody
something.
thought that one
That part.
motherfucker.
They
one
weren't
motherfucker-
forced.
What do you mean
He's-
wasn't
he's-
forced?
Everybody
Bro.
was forced.
COVID affected
us.
way
We were
more
forced.
people than the war did.
Governments
bro.
all got together to force us to
No,
lock
I
down.
said that this is the biggest thing that ever happened to the whole world. You saying COVID-19 is the biggest thing, the most detrimental thing to
Detrimental.
ever happen to the world.
to everybody at the same time. Yes,
Oh, you fucking tripping.
I guess.
I think
You a fucking
Well, leave it to
tripping.
the comments for that one.
You a
I
fucking
guess.
tripping,
Because
bro.
I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, we
It is
all
not
felt it at
that
the same
bad.
time.
bro.
It was not that bad.
horrible,
That
bro.
and Kobe Bryant's death.
business,
was not that
businesses
bad.
shut down, bro.
Yes, that business is shut completely down everywhere.
Small mom and pop
Everywhere.
businesses, bro. Like no more.
World War II didn't do that. World War II did not do
Still
that.
surviving, still able to travel, still able to have fun as if you wasn't thinking about any type of war that was going on
Joe
in another
Rogan?
country.
Please do that podcast.
I'm just saying, no,
Please do that.
he has a
You're the
valid
only one
point.
that can do it. Please.
He has a valid point to having these guys
Only
on
one.
and having that argument. I wanted to switch subjects and get to you because obviously this whole subject that they're talking about, trying to get a debate on, you are living in modern day time. And I'm not trying to put your business out there, and I'm pretty sure we can't talk about it, but you were technically let
ask
go, right? You were let go
Oh, yeah.
because of it, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Affecting people. So you were let go because your beliefs were strong as far as this antivirus that they're trying to put in our system is not really going to prevent or help in any way. Now, I'm almost on board with him. I got the shot. I was nervous as hell getting the shot. But what has it really done for me at this point in time? Now, I had someone tell me a couple days ago, like, yeah, man, I just got over COVID. You know, like it was a regular flu. And here I am like, well, shoot, you should have waited or say, you know, so we could all go home sick due to COVID outbreak. You know what I mean? Like it's no longer a big deal
They know it's not. And that's what his argument is the fact that they know these companies realize that it's not a big deal anymore. Yet you affected so many people.
Name
You
all the
hurt
other
so
fucking vaccines that they done forced down our throat that we had to take that wasn't
quite a bit.
necessary.
There was a few
So
flu
then what
shots.
the fuck are you talking
There was
about?
a few flu shots.
It ain't no bigger.
But the flu shots never shut the fucking economy
Yeah,
down.
they didn't.
Yeah, but they still force you to take it.
Force rental companies to sell all their rental cars because they
Your
weren't
kids
getting
can't
any
even
customers.
go to school without getting some of these vaccines. Not even talking about the COVID ones.
Shut
Right.
down flights, bro.
But it
Like,
didn't have a culture shock the way that COVID did. COVID.
No, they
culture
just
shocked
had the
everybody.
only thing that this had was it was a panic attack. Everybody just thought like, goddamn, Tom Hanks got it. Oh fuck. That was what it was.
It was the
That's
first
what it
one.
was. When
I
Rudy
remember
that.
Gobert with
That
the
was a
fucking
propaganda.
Utah
I
Jazz
remember that.
and Tom Hanks and his wife got it, everybody's like, oh shit, what the
Right.
hell's happening? Because prior to that, didn't nobody give a damn. We was still going to Cancun, nigga.
Yeah.
We didn't give a fuck.
That is
Until
true.
he got it
Right.
and his wife got it. Then we was like, oh shit, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, they propagandized it 100%.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's with anything. So the fact to say that that's the worst thing to happen to the world, that's insane to say when there's been so
Hold
much
on.
more death.
Do you mean worse in terms? Hold on. So I'm saying what affected us more. You're saying the worst thing that happened to us. The worst thing that happened to us is Standard Oil Company, pharmaceutical companies. That's just me personally. But when we're talking about like I'm talking about affected us at the same time. Because COVID ain't shit. It just isn't. I'm sorry. 200,000 people dead. Yeah, but how many of them were over 90? Oh, okay.
That's the point I'm
190,000?
trying to make. That's why That's why I'm saying y'all is
It's a lot of
insane.
people. It's a lot of people.
That ain't more than what wars have caused, bro.
No.
Think
But
about
hold
the
on. What's your
deaths.
definition of effect, though? I lost my job.
There
so
we
what's
go.
your definition of effect?
There we go.
Like it
Deaths.
affected all of us at the same time.
I think.
Businesses.
So let me just say this: is you dying worse or you losing your job worse?
Hold
was-
on.
it
That's
was
not what I'm
both
saying, though. I'm
happening,
saying
though.
effect.
That's what I'm.
How
but-
much? I'm saying it affected everybody at the exact same time. We had the
What's-
biggest effect ever.
That doesn't mean that has the biggest effect.
Oh my God!
That doesn't mean
You're
that.
saying worst. I get.
That's
when
what
you
I
say
said.
worst.
The worst thing that ever
Yeah,
happened to
but-
the world, and you guys said COVID.
But that's not where we were going with the argument, because we were talking about the fact of why we wanted Joe Rogan to even talk about this in the first place was because of the fact that he would put this out there because it affected everybody so much. We said that from the beginning. It would affected everybody.
Yo, but there's going to be things that can affect,
And that's subjective,
that-
really, when you
that-
think about it,
That
but-
can affect everyone. My point is the fact is that you are centralizing this conversation to where you are inviting this debate only with this particular person. I can understand why Mark Cuban is saying, "Bro, you picking on this person because you didn't do this with anybody else."
I think you're just lawyerizing
Who's
it.
more?
lawyerizing it.
more? No, I'm not. I'm being real. I'm looking at
We
it
know
from a
it's-
real
we know the
perspective.
truth, but you're making
How-
it right on Mark Cuban.
How did the war
You're good at that.
affect
That's what your
you?
job is.
I'm just saying.
How did the war affect you? How did it affect you?
World War II didn't affect me.
How?
But,
Tell me how.
well, number one, I mean, you can look at it from a perspective of they dropped a nuclear bomb.
Where?
You ask anyone in
Where?
Japan right now how
Okay.
how much they're being affected, they still dealing with it.
Did that affect you? Let's say even your father, who was probably around during that time, did that nuclear bomb
beating
going off
people's
in
asses.
Japan, did that affect
Yeah.
you and your family? And how? How? In what way?
Well, I wasn't born.
Okay, your dad was there. How did it affect him?
What are you talking about? Everybody thought they was going to die.
They thought they were going to die.
You wanna
Did they
die?
still continue on with life? Did they still go to work? Did they still earn a living? Even though they were going to work and living their life with fear that a nuclear bomb would go off, were they still able to maintain and live life during that time frame?
I was.
My point is that
So what the
my
fuck you
point-
talking about?
My point
I
is
was
that
motherfucker. I still had to sell motherfucking iPhones to niggas during the
think-
goddamn fucking
I think-
pandemic.
but I
What
think-
the fuck you talking about?
I think the point goes to effect versus worst case.
Japan got
That's
hit.
what, so that, and I think that's where we're missing on this.
Yeah.
That's where we're missing because I'm looking at it like when you add up the bodies, it ain't the same.
No, yeah.
It ain't the same, and the effect, the worry was way worse.
the bodies.
But because the worry was way worse.
But the
That's
worries
arguable.
is a mental aspect.
The
That's
fact
your
that you just
mindset.
said this, that's the whole difference. That's the whole difference of what you just said. You trying to say it had the worst effect. Motherfucker, I was still working.
We were.
What are you talking about?
I feel you. I was still working too.
That's what I'm saying.
I was still working
So how
too.
was that? So how was
But
that?
there
So
was-
how was that the worst? You said were they still working? Yeah, I'm still working.
You know why? because we were blessed and fortunate enough to work for a Fortune 500 company in communications.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't in communications, bro, we were shut down,
Yeah,
bro.
we were shut down.
We
No,
were shut down
and you'd
if
be
it wasn't
affected
in
because we were considered because we were deemed
right.
We
Essential.
were deemed essential.
Nurses, healthcare, right? Essential. But everybody else, bro, was affected. Sure, we didn't lose as many bodies as we did to COVID as we did in World War II.
That's why we want the debate.
But people's lives were more affected with COVID. Being broke, not being able to pay rent, not having a job, having to get certain food shelters. And man, I was signing.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna stop you right here. And I'm about to
Food,
shut this whole
everything.
motherfucking thing down on when it come down to the money. Nigga, was your pockets fatter or not during COVID?
Oh,
That
nigga, my
bar
shit
was-
was
then
nice
shut
as
that
fuck.
shit the fuck
But
up.
nigga, I
Niggas was getting them PPP loans. Niggas was getting the EDD checks because they was on unemployment for an extended period of time. Miss me with the bullshit,
Hold
bro.
on,
Niggas have
hold on,
money.
but that's
Don't
not-
tell me that
but
shit, bro.
that's not what we're
Stop.
talking about. That's not what we're
Stop
talking
with
about.
that. You just
Why?
lost your whole argument.
Why did they
You
do
just
that?
lost your
But
whole
that's-
argument.
I don't think that's what people are talking about because when we're talking about we want to see a debate.
This nigga over here can't walk straight with how much money he had in his pocket.
So when we're talking about people,
Nigga talking about niggas was broke.
when we're talking about people,
Niggas had smooth handshakes.
It affected the world so much that we had to give out free money with the PPP loans.
I know.
That's how much of an effect it did.
they used the loophole to get that money.
but when we're talking about an effect of why Joe Rogan wants to have an argument debate.
A debate.
If he wants to have a debate, why we're talking about this is because of the fact it affected people. And what does that mean? All the arguments that you got with everybody, family members that you no longer associate with. I'm telling you that it might not be with us, but the other people no longer associate with family members because of this. Your job's lost. There's so many things.
But there's
that
so
can go
many
on.
other things that can polarize and
That's okay,
a family.
and that's totally okay. But guess what? I'm talking about worldwide affecting, meaning everybody got affected in some way and impacted. That's why we want to see this debate because said
but you making a totally different debate. Everything you just said, I would. That's the reason why I would want to see the debate.
Bro, that's what
I'm
we've
not
been
even
saying from the get.
I'm not
Like,
even saying that
if
I
you
wouldn't want
rewatch
to see
it,
the debate.
You will see we from the get said.
But I'm not even saying that I wouldn't want to see the debate. I would definitely want to see the debate. The point I'm trying to make is and like I have to keep prefacing me saying this. I'm not even supporting Dr. Peter or even trying to necessarily defend him. I'm more defending the fact of the reason why we even having this conversation. The conversation has come up because Mark Cuban is he's a billionaire. There's not a lot of billionaires.
Yeah.
So he said what he said about Joe Rogan, saying that, all right, bro, look here. You want to have this debate, but it seems like you picking this particular situation out of a whole bunch of different debates that you could have had.
Let him pick it. The fuck?
No, but that's the point. That's the point. So what he's trying to say is why are you nitpicking with this person when you haven't done that with anybody else about other topics that even
question.
Joe Rogan is more passionate about?
Whoa. So here's my question. So Joe Rogan can never decide to make a stance and say, hey, I'd like to have a debate. Oh, can't do it because I never did it with anybody else.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What he's saying is that
Then when can he?
It's not about when you can. Mark Cuban isn't even saying you can't do it. That's the point you're missing. What he's saying is that you are nitpicking this situation. That's what he's saying. He's saying that why is it this person? There's nothing wrong with him saying that.
It could be a good guy to talk to.
There's nothing wrong with him saying that.
I think there's a reason though, because it's the biggest thing worldwide that has affected everybody at the same time.
You see the movie Think Like a Man 2, Kevin Hart and the little Freddie Flintstone outfit. You're wrong. They're in jail, locked up. You're wrong. All right, simple as that. You wanted to dead my argument, right?
Yeah, your argument was dead.
Okay. They bombed Japan, right? They bombed Japan. Did they shut the whole world down because they bombed Japan, or was everybody just in fear?
What's that got to do with anything?
It's just proving
they
the point
didn't shut the whole world down.
You're
I still
wrong.
had to fucking work. So how did they shut the whole world down?
Because you
no.
were,
How did
you,
they? No.
you were in a communicational position.
Shut. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't fucking matter. You said shut
Rob.
the whole world down.
Rob,
No,
you can
Winton,
be wrong every now
Mr.
and
Griffiths,
then, Rob. It's
Mr.
okay.
Mr. Griffiths.
It's okay to be wrong every now and then,
Was
bro.
I shut down?
It's a learning lesson.
No, was
you know
I
what
shut
mean?
down? Was I shut down?
No, because you were in a
Was a nurse shut down?
No.
Was the Safeway worker shut down? Was the gas station worker shut down? Was the convenience store workers shut down? That's a whole lot of motherfucking positions. So what are you talking about? The whole world shut the fuck down. It wasn't shut the fuck down. Nigga, your ass was able to still sell rental cars, nigga.
No,
what are you talking about?
Where their businesses closed.
What are you talking about?
Let's talk about it.
Yes, there was businesses closed, but you said the whole world. The whole world wasn't shut the fuck down.
Hold on, wait.
That's the point.
Wait, he's proving his point more though.
More.
He's actually proving his point more. No, because
more than
the Nagasaki and all that shit only shut down them. Like with us, it shut down everybody except for a few of us who are essential.
Essential workers, bro. Stayed working.
So if I add up the death toll. And
no, death toll. No death toll. No death toll. No.
What about the living toll?
How are you trying to take that out of it?
We're living still, and we're affected by it, bro.
Yes.
Fuck being dead.
So you saying
we're still living, and we are affected by COVID.
When? Let me ask you this: when was COVID started? When did it start?
Like 2000.
No.
Early 2000.
Rob saying you got
2000, right?
Realistically.
So wait a minute. 2000, right? Mm-hmm. When did it? I'm just using this one as an example since you want to stick to the Japan thing because I got a whole bunch of other examples, but I'm gonna use this one. Mm-hmm. I said, when was the bomb dropped?
What bomb dropped?
The nuclear bomb. No. Tony, you want to answer that?
Like
for
what,
me? I know this nigga. I know this nigga don't know it.
95. No, not 95.
Yeah,
85.
1995.
85. 85. It was 75. Somewhere in there.
Oh my God.
It's a 5.
I'll be honest. The only thing that comes to 9 is 1943, but I don't know if that's true or not. But it could be 1943, 44.
So let's
45
just
probably.
Yeah. 45. So how many decades is that?
A lot.
Do you know that there's still unborn kids still affected by that bomb?
Okay.
So how many years COVID been going on? Mm-hmm. But you saying it's more affected though. Let's shut this shit down.
It's okay to be wrong.
I was right though.
Okay.
I was right.
So,
you said the whole world was shut down, but I was still working. So how's the whole world shut down?
You were worker, bro.
Oh, Rob Coates was the only one working.
You is an essential worker,
You're an
bro.
essential worker.
How many essential workers is there? Apparently, it was an essential worker to work for Best Buy.
Did they die?
They didn't die.
What are you talking about? They died more than fucking COVID. What are you talking about death?
Talking about death, and we're still talking about
You just said it. Did they die?
Well, of course, because no one else got bombed.
You just said they just did they die?
No one else got bombed, bro.
What are you talking about?
So you're living in mental fear that someone else is going to get bombed, and no one else got bombed.
That's okay. That's not a big effect. It's just not. Like, COVID locked your ass down
We're
in that
in
country.
lock
You
down,
can't do
bro.
shit. I agree with Rob with the death shit, but the fucking weird effect, we're talking about effect.
Still going.
Affected everybody.
You may be right.
I am right.
You may be.
I am right.
And therefore, it's called.
I know I'm
That's
right.
why it's a debate. That is why it's a
when
debate.
there's more death, that's worse.
That's not what
But
we're talking
where's your depth at, though, bro? You may be right. All right. I'm not going to argue with you because there's no point. Trust me. I've already learned that. All right. But you may be right. But then again, I might be right too. How did what's his name? Tremaine? Maine. Come on.
Maine. Come on,
Maine. How do you say it in Get Rich or Die Trying? He's like, I could be right now, but I also could be wrong. But even with me being wrong, I could still be right. I can still be right.
It didn't make sense then, and it don't make sense when you said it right now.
What don't make sense is you know what? Nope, we're moving past it, man. Let's talk about NFL draft, man. NFL draft happened today, man.
NFL happened. Wrong again. Again.
I was trying to get the fuck away from that conversation.
Staying on topic.
I don't give a
Wrong
shit.
again.
The NBA draft happened today, man, and there was a lot of shakeups that happened. I'm a little bit disappointed that my Kings didn't draft anyone this year. We actually kind of traded back, traded a few picks here and there. But there was a lot of movement, man. Obviously, shout out to the number 1 overall pick. Not even going to say your name right, so ain't no point in trying. What's his name? Wemby? I'm excited for this new season. Excited to see what happens for our Kings, see if we're able to get back to the postseason and do anything better than what we did. You know what I mean? Why are you laughing?
No, I already know where this is going.
What you mean, where's it going? Where's it going?
Beam.
You're going to be coming over every day with a Beam shirt.
Oh, man, you already know. You already know. Man, what I want to know is, man, I want people to chime in on the comments, man. I actually pay attention to the comments. I see a lot of people talking, especially when you posted that comment about me being ashy. I see your comments. I see your jokes. All right, I see it all. But continue to send them in, man. Just know that we are paying attention to them. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let your friends know what you're listening to. Stay tuned to what we got going on.
Also, let them know before every show, guys. We do a show on Thursday nights. You guys want to, we're going to basically start doing posts before all our shows. So if you want to basically post a question, because we're going to put the subjects and topics that we talk about, please put a comment on there. We'll talk about whatever comment you say. So you can basically, say, hey, that submarine won't shit. Whatever the hell you want to say, we can be like, hey, so-and-so says submarine won't shit. And then, yeah, we run with that. So
I still believe that. It should be a hashtag. Submarine one shit.
Right?
They gonna think I'm hella mean, but I don't care.
Crazy.
Fuck that. That dude made a man. He did.
Right.
I damn near almost said it. Almost deserted it.
Oh, my God.
Fucking made that shit. Hey, he a hustler, bro. He got people to pay $250 for this shit.
Exactly.
To
That's
they
crazy.
deaf.
To they deaf. With an F. Because it's a fail.
Y'all could have just watched a James Cameron special and y'all went down there to watch Titanic.
Well, if you've watched this video all the way to the end, go ahead and check out one of our previous videos. Right now, we had Tony over here make a good special about aliens that landed in Las Vegas. Go ahead and take a look at on his theories and what he sees and what he believes was about this alien spectation, right? Spectacular?
Yeah, alien expectation or
sighting? Yeah, alien sighting. There we go.
right.
In general, man, well, we got a lot of new
many
videos.
of them, though.
There is.
Multiple.
Yeah.
It's
And
a good video. Y'all need to check it out.
it is getting scary now, thinking that we are literally not alone in this world anymore.
I wish we would, because then we wouldn't have to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah, I feel you there.
I'm telling you that right now. I know I sound cynical when I say it, bro. I just, like, when I say send the comment, bro, I halfway believe that shit. I halfway want it to hit. We need a reset to the point where we stop caring about our own self-interest. I know y'all think COVID was worse. I think it needs to be bigger than that. It needs to be something where, like,
Alien
a
invasion.
zombie apocalypse.
Or
It
that
needs
too.
to be something to the point where, like, I don't know. Like, that's why I don't know. That's why I didn't think COVID was as big as it was, because it's like,
It wasn't. But the
that's
dumbass
my-
media made it affect everybody.
But I'm just
made governments do shit they shouldn't have did.
I just wish if we had something big, like, I feel like people would start appreciating life more, and we stop
Like
fighting over this petty bullshit.
Like an alien invasion, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I feel, man, you know what it is? I feel like our government already smart enough. They were prepared for
for
this.
this.
They were prepared for this, and they're gonna come up with some other shit to distract us.
True that.
They're gonna be like, yeah, we all know we was with the, we knew. We y'all didn't know? They gonna hit us with that. They gonna hit. Wait, what? Watch when the shit really happened. Watch when they can't defend it no more. They can't hide it. They can't hide it. Watch. The shit gonna come out. They gonna be a press conference. You gonna see Biden's old slippery ass get up there, and then he gonna be like, "You didn't know? We been told you."
We've been knowing.
They gonna trick us. I'm telling you, they gonna
Aliens
get
in him, no bones.
They watch. They gonna pull a hood over our ass. Watch. You watch. They gonna try. They gonna try, for sure. That's how the government do it.
I just hope it's not like on some Project Bluebeam shit. I just don't want that. That's the worst case scenario. And Project Bluebeam, basically, that the government's already like devised a plan to fake an alien invasion. That way they can create a world government. So I just hope that's not the case. That would suck. But
Well, this is the day we're living in. And in the day that we're living in, we're supposed to ask you to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you share it with your friends and families. Don't forget to turn
fuck
those
the alien
notifications.
invasion. Fuck this world. Just hit that like.
Hit
though.
that like and subscribe.
If you ain't gonna do nothing else,
do that.
use
Like,
that. Use that COVID infected finger and hit that button.
Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to another episode of About the Night. Shout out for my guy Warren, who's out right now living his life in DR. You know, celebrating the birthday weekend. So
Watch
show
out for
some
them
love.
pyramid schemes. Warren.
Yeah. You already know what it is. We got the guys with us, Tony, Rob, Winton, Warren out there in DR. Thank you guys so very much for